Hi, dear friends. We have been currently talking about different topics that is related to anxiety. And anxiety management is basically stress management. And we all deal with different kinds of stresses in our life. It could be financial stresses, and we are figuring out how to make ends meet. It could be relationship-related stresses, and we are figuring out how can I get along with this new boss who's so demanding? Or maybe it's a health-related stress, and we are trying to work out a way where we can manage this new health issue that's cropped up into our life. And all of the stress can be managed with a simple art of letting go. And that is exactly what I'm going to talk about in today's video, the art of letting go, why we need to learn to let go, and how we can do it in simple ways. Now think for a minute, what is it that is causing stress in your life? Are you trying to juggle a lot of roles and responsibilities? Do you have a lot on your plate? Are you facing a time crunch or an energy crunch? More specifically, are you struggling to figure out how to pick up your daughter from school and also try to be on time for your office meeting? And maybe in addition, trying to work out a plan to make your dinner. Sounds familiar? Let me share a simple yet profound story. A psychologist who was teaching a class in a university had shared a profound demonstration. He said he had a glass of water in his hands. He showed the glass of water to his students and told them, hey, how much do you think does this glass weigh? And all of his students started making guesses. Some said it weighs 16 ounces. Someone else said, no, I think the weight of the glass is 25 ounces. And somebody else shouted out, 30 ounces, right from the back. The professor smiled and he said, you know, the actual weight of the glass doesn't matter at all. Because what is most important is how long you hold the glass. And the weight of the glass varies with the amount of time you're holding the glass. For example, if you're holding the glass just for a minute or so, it doesn't weigh much. But if you're holding the glass for an hour like this, then your arm starts to ache and the glass seems really heavy. And if you're holding the glass the whole day long, it's a big, big torture and punishment, isn't it? The stresses in life is very similar to this glass of water. If you think of your stress for just a couple of minutes, it's not really much. But if you think of your stress for the whole day, it starts to bother you and you start to feel heavy about it, starts to create issues for you. And if you're thinking of your stress all the time, it starts hurting. It becomes painful. It's very important for us to learn how to let go of the stresses. Because when we keep holding on to it, it grows in weight, it grows in intensity. And when we periodically learn to let go, it reduces in weight, it reduces in intensity. And we find that we have much more easier solutions, practical solutions that we can actually implement to let go of that stress and to take away that stress from our life. Another story that's very inspirational for me is a story of a man who had a lot of stress at work. He had tons of stress at work. But when he would come back home, he would be very cheerful, smiling, and very carefree. And his colleagues at work were very surprised. He said, hey, there was so much of stress at work. How come you're able to go back home and be so carefree? So this man shared a secret. He said, see, I have a really wonderful technique that I follow. And they said, tell us what it is. So he said, see, we have a tree outside our house. So every night before going into my house, I go up to the tree and just imagine that I'm taking out all the stresses and hanging it on the tree. And then I take a nice deep breath and then I go into my house and I'm absolutely comfortable. And it really helps that when I'm taking off my stresses and I'm telling myself I'm doing that, I also tell myself, if I need that stress back, I can always come back to the tree and take it. And that really helps for the brain to accept the fact that the stresses have been unloaded. And such a great way, isn't it? To just learn to let go of the stresses for the day. And that's exactly what we need to do. We need to periodically release our stresses. And just doing that, reduce the effects of that stress, reduces the anxiety, and reduces the other problems that we might have because of the stress. And we have much more clarity about how to deal with it. So what do we need to do now? We need to let go. And all simple things. We can start with letting go of our constant worry about our children, let go of about how we are going to pay the bills, let go of our need to control, to micromanage, let go of the need to be perfect and just accept ourselves. And all of letting go really starts with a decision. You just need to first take a decision and tell yourself, I am willing to let go. I am willing to let go now. And so I'm going to invite you to share in your comments. If you're starting this journey of letting go, put your thoughts about what you're wanting to let go of, if you're feeling comfortable to do that. And I, for myself, I'm going to let go of this worry, that whether my friends and all of you who are watching are going to like this video or they're going to press the like button. No, I'm going to let go of the need for that and just say that I accept whatever is happening. And with that, I want to thank you for your patient listening. And do remember to practice. Identify at least one or two things that you're willing to let go. Say the words, I am willing to let go of this stress, of this worry, of this anxiety. And just saying that and mentally telling yourself, I'm willing to let go, is profound in reducing the effect of your stress. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.